Good morning. My name is Donna Jones. I'm 41 years old. I'm currently a stay-at-home mom working towards completing my bachelor's degree in organizational leadership. This is my final project to complete the Capstone 2 course to be finished with my degree. Currently, I am the vice president and treasurer in the booster club of my daughter's dance team. While this is just a volunteer position, I give 110% in all that I do. I am very passionate when it comes to making a difference in the lives of others, no matter how big or small that change may be. My last job consisted of assisting students in the local school district with helping them with their college and career preparations. It included registering for SAT, ACT, college and career applications, resumes, financial aid information. Basically, I was there to answer any questions regarding the steps beyond graduation and to help them focus on being prepared for the future rather than just being overwhelmed with everything on their own. So this project consists of answering 4 questions regarding my experience in the organizational leadership program. So the first question was give a reflection on my leadership ability when I first began the organizational leadership program. So when I began the major coursework journey in the organizational leadership program, I had some sort of idea of what leadership was supposed to be. I would simply observe my bosses and listen to others discuss what they felt that leadership entailed. My leadership style at the beginning of this journey was definitely on the behavioral style side, because I feel like I work best in a task-focused environment with being organized, disciplined, and in communicating detail. I felt that to be an effective leader, I needed to make sure that I was being a positive example for others with my interpersonal skills as well as through my actions and behaviors. I thought that the main way that I could show that I was being a good leader or not is by meeting with my team weekly, and by having my yearly review and just gaining the feedback on who I was as a leader, who I am as a leader, and who I want to be as a leader. As a leader, I knew that ignoring the feedback of my team would not only limit my growth to be effective and efficient, but it would also limit my department as well. I knew that increasing my leadership skills would mean being more effective as far as planning, organizing, controlling, and directing my daily performance, not only for myself, but for my team as well. I truly believed that being an effective leader went far beyond a name or a title, but it was about motivating and influencing those around me to become better and impact the organization as a whole. So, what area of learning occurred during the course of issues in organizational leadership? There are so many areas of this course that I found completely interesting. However, the difference between a manager and a leader I found really valuable. I knew that the title was different. I'm a leader, I'm a manager of a department, but I just assumed that the concept was basically the same. On the other hand, there are managers that administer and ask the how and the when, and their focus is mainly on the system, and they're basically concerned with the short-term perspective of the organization. Management involves the decision making, such as the planning, controlling, organizing, the coordinating, the delegating of the work to those that can perform the task the best. When it comes to leaders innovate. They ask the what and the whys while they focus on the people by motivating and inspiring the trust, the growth, and development. Leaders focus more on the long-term perspective of the organization. Leadership is a dynamic process of influencing people in which certain organizational conditions can have an effect on the other members while the aim of the meeting is the objectives of the group. Another important area discussed in this course involved the process of communication, how to communicate effectively, ways to resolve conflict, along with the negotiation tactics. I connected with the information regarding the characteristics of a healthy and unhealthy organization. I feel that these characteristics are extremely important. A healthy characteristic is when responsibilities are shared and the amount of team play is planning and in performance doesn't go unnoticed. Another healthy characteristic would be that taking a risk is accepted as a condition of looking at it as growth and change for the organization, and members can ask what can be learned from my mistake. On the unhealthy side is that the leaders can feel alone when the delegated tasks are not finished as they were intended to be. Another would be that lowering the risk has a very high value, which is basically saying one strike and you're out. It can be healthy for managers and leaders to take risk, and if it doesn't go well as planned, then just learn from the mistake and move forward. As far as the data-driven decision-making course, the area of learning that occurred during this course, again, several key areas that have been useful and will be useful in the future. Making decisions can be extremely overwhelming, although within an organization, it is best to use data to assist in making any business decisions. The best decision can be made with the process of identifying the problem, developing a hypothesis, collecting and analyzing the data, and finally to interpret the data to make the final decision. In order for the organization to be successful and work efficiently to solve internal problems as they come up, this process must be followed. Data is extremely necessary in decision making and can solve problems because it is not biased and it doesn't have a personal agenda one way or the other. Data simply tells the facts. While humans can hold opinions that can alter the decision making with a not so good ending result, the journey to decision making can be overwhelming like anything else. However, taking the first step and defining the metrics that will help things move along easier will make it a lot easier than you think. When making a decision for an organization, it's always best to create an action plan. In order to allow managers to understand how the business is doing, using key performance indicators, also known as KPIs, is a way to go. The KPIs can evaluate the success of a specific project or program in which the organization engages. Examples of KPIs would be percentage of market share, the number of customers retained, cost management, so many others, but those are just a few that I have used in my background of KPIs. So basically, companies use the KPIs to evaluate their success to reach their overall targets. The next course was behavior, ethics, and leadership. So what areas of learning occurred during this course? This course was actually probably my favorite. I feel like I've always held true to my strong work ethic, morals, and values when it comes to the workplace relationships. I realize not everyone is going to get along all the time, but whether I'm a manager or a leader, I feel having a positive relationship with the workplace is extremely valuable. Ethical leadership is the practice of being honest and moral in a manager role. One must set a good example always, holding everyone to the same standard and making all exceptions very, very clear. respect is so important being a leader. It's crucial that everyone not only respect leadership, but respect themselves as well. They may not agree with the leader's decisions, but it is truly important to respect them. Another key area that I learned from this course in the actions and words that the actions and words have to match each other. Components such as honesty, competency, being inspiring, and having a vision matter a great deal for exemplary leaders. People tend to follow the leaders when they know that they can trust them. So it is crucial for leaders to have actions that match their words. So, in doing this project, I had to ask myself, two questions in general is, have you inspired someone today? Because if your actions are inspiring others to dream more, to learn more, to do more, and become more, then you're a leader. And another question is, do your actions speak louder than your words? Leadership is practiced not so much in words as in the attitude and in actions. The next course that was done was Leadership Theory 1 and 2. What areas of learning occurred during this course? The knowledge learned from leadership theory involved the functions of management, the history of leadership focus, management diversity, strategic management, and so many others. However, the portion that stood out to me and I found most helpful was the SWOT analysis tool. I had heard of the term SWOT analysis, but never understood what its actual purpose was until taking this course. The SWOT analysis provides an organization with such a clear outlook on its strengths, its weaknesses, while providing opportunities and threats an organization can face at the same time. The SWOT helps one to focus on its strength, minimize the threats, and then take the greatest possible advantage of the opportunities that are available to the organization. By using this analysis, it forces thoughtful, strategic, and creative thinking. The basis of a SWOT analysis gives the business direction as to where it is right now, what's going wrong, and what needs to change within the organization. Through this program, I learned that in order to be an effective leader, one must learn to think strategically when the planning and organizing within an organization. And the SWOT analysis is a great strategic tool for assisting leaders to achieve their objectives. The next course that was done was Leading Change. Areas that were learned during this course offered knowledge about making changes within varied organizations, the process of what it takes to implement change as a leader. Situational leadership is one that stands out to me. With directive and supportive types of behavior, directive behavior is clearly telling people what, when, where, how to perform, while also monitoring their performance closely to assure that it is being done to the leader's standards. Supportive leadership is taking the time to just listen while providing support and encouragement to them, assisting them with problem solving and also decision making. To be an effective leader, one must provide a framework for leadership. This can consist of making a positive difference, dealing with resistance to change, improving relationships, sharing knowledge, also balancing creativity with just common sense. Being an effective leader while leading change can be done through transformational leadership. Transformational leadership is about the visionary leadership that has a positive effect on others. It is about showing genuine concern for others through their growth and development, being a mentor and a motivator. Empowering others around you and getting them involved in the decision-making process is extremely valuable, not only to the leader, but the subordinate as well. It does make them feel important. Um, Finally, we have the capstone. And what area of learning occurred during capstone? These capstone courses for this program have allowed me to reflect on myself as a person and what type of leader I could and should be within an organization. Both capstone courses provided me with an opportunity to gain a great deal of information on what it takes to be an effective leader, how crucial it is to have the right actions and behaviors when in a leadership role. Um, Always act with consistency, put your team success before your own. It's important to ask for feedback from your team, treating everyone fairly and listening first before speaking. Another important characteristic to have when leading a team is trust. I cannot say that enough. Trust leads to loyalty, and loyalty leads to people doing their best and delivering the results for the organization. Having open communication is valuable as well. Over communicating can build trust and transparency, while the secrets can just destroy trust completely. Trust the team you work with. Take the blame when things go wrong, but most important, give credit when credit's due. Don't take the credit for someone when they've put all the work into it. Give them that credibility. Last but certainly not least, admit your mistakes as a leader and acknowledge your limitations. Meaning, don't try to know everything. Sometimes relying on your team to have the answer is better than trying to be a know-it-all big shot. So the next question was describing yourself as a leader now in today. That was a tough one for myself because I'm not a big person to talk about myself. However, as a leader today, I would describe myself as being a servant style leader and a transformational leader. Again, I take great pride and focus in putting others before myself. Guiding others in the right direction is important, but in order to do that, one must get the trust from others. Allow time for my team to trust me and know that the support that they have from me is 100%. I feel that empowering others to reach their full potential is far more rewarding for an organization than seeking the reward for myself. Servant leadership goes hand in hand, really, with transformational leadership. In fact, being a transformational leader is about having a shared purpose and being motivational to your subordinates. My overall goal as a future leader is to encourage, inspire, to motivate my team and just create change for the good, the overall good of the company, to assist in their growth and development to the future success of the organization. If I'm successful, the company is going to be successful. So the last and final question was, where do you go from here? What do you need to continue your leadership journey? I know that there are several people that say this, but I would love to own my own business one day. That has always been a dream of mine, and honestly, I can see my dream becoming a reality with all the helpful knowledge that I have gained by being a part of the organizational leadership program here at Texas A&M University Commerce. I want to give a huge thank you, shout out to all my campus leaders as well as all the directors and instructors over the past 2 years that have made this degree possible. Not only for myself, but others to excel in their business world of leadership. I believe this program has given me the confidence of who I am and has prepared me to be an effective leader of an organization, whether it's my own or a member of an existing organization. I will definitely continue each and every day to use the knowledge and skills that I've gained from this organizational leadership program. And who knows, maybe I'll gain the courage to go after a master's in the same field. I hope you guys all enjoyed this presentation, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.